Am I the asshole for emasculating my 32F fiance, 38M, in front of his family? My fiance and I have been together for about 6 years, engaged for 2. After we got engaged, we sat down and had the deal breakers talk. Basically things in our lives, our futures, hypothetical situations that leave little room for compromise, i.e. adopting children, finances, family boundaries, religion etc. One of the things on my list was no prenup. I'm not here to debate with anyone about their use. I just think that if you're preparing for divorce before even getting married, it's a sign that you're probably marrying the wrong person. He agreed and everything was fine. Lately his family, particularly his mother, keeps on bringing up signing a prenup. I've told her no many times, said this is an issue between us and we will discuss it privately and make our own decisions as a couple. He also tells her no, although more weakly. Well, last night we went there for dinner and she brought out an actual prenup drafted by her lawyer. She put it in front of me after dinner and told me to sign. Obviously I didn't even read it, let alone sign it. She called me a gold digger. No one, including my fiancé, stood up for me, so I stood up for myself. I told her that there is no gold to dig here. I make 4 times as much as he makes, I'm an MD and he dropped out second year, I've paid off all my student debt, he has over 100k left. I have my own house, ample savings and will certainly inherit more from my parents than he will from his. They have 6 kids and are middle class. What is she worried about? That shut her up real quick, especially when my sil then said, if anything, he's the gold digger here. My fiancé is now angry with me. He said it was emasculating for his family to know I'm so much more successful than him and his brothers are making jokes and changed his contact info to gold digger. Personally, I don't think I was rude or out of line, but he thinks I was an asshole and could have handled it better. Am I the asshole here? If there's anything emasculating here, it's that your fiancé can't keep mommy out of his relationships even as he approaches 40. Not the asshole. He didn't stand up for you, so you did for yourself. That's on him. But I'd seriously reconsider a relationship with a partner who thinks it's emasculating to make less money. Not the asshole, at all. 1. It's your and your BF's decision, not his mother's. 2. He's a big time A for not standing up for both you and your relationship. 3. What does your future look like with a meddling mill and a no-backbone hubster? And honestly, given your situation, I'd sign the prenup, but I'd write it up to ensure he doesn't get a dime off you, as he clearly wants to prevent the opposite situation by not making his actual stance clear. ETA. Typos. Not the asshole, but up for me, so I stood up for myself. I told her that there is no gold to dig here. I make 4 times as much as he makes, I'm an MD and he dropped out second year, I've paid off all my student debt, he has over 100k left. I have my own house, ample savings and will certainly inherit more from my parents than he will from his. They have 6 kids and are middle class. What is she worried about? That shut her up real quick, especially when my sil then said, if anything, he's the gold digger here. If it weren't for the legal ramifications and for your desires, it would have been such a power move to finally sign the prenup after that tirade. Nothing emasculating about facts. However, you should definitely do a prenup. Not because you plan on getting a divorce, but do you have homeowners insurance or car insurance? Do you plan on having a wreck or burning your house down? Doubtful. However, you cannot determine nor foresee what your betrothed is going to be like in 6 months, much less 10 years down the road. That is really all a prenup is. It's an insurance policy. But make sure your lawyer draws it up. Not his. Maybe he should have handled it himself, then. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, but you should definitely reconsider a prenup for your benefit, now that all that information is out there to his family. Not the asshole. He should have dealt with his family himself. His mother was incredibly out of line to surprise you with a prenup when you told her repeatedly that you weren't going to have one. She kept pushing you by calling you a gold digger, and since he wasn't putting in any effort to stop her, it's not surprising that you eventually reached your boiling point and set her straight. He's just mad because he's embarrassed, which is not your fault. He was perfectly fine with letting his family think you were a good digger, I might add. Not the asshole, I'd tell him. Let's have this out. You can pretend you are mad at me all you want, but reality is it's all on you. You could A. Be mad at yourself for not telling your mom to stop trying to insert herself into our personal business, or B. Be mad at yourself for not standing up for me in that moment, forcing me to do it myself. That is, unless this has been some kind of weak plan of yours all along to get me to leave you, or you put your mom up to it in the first place, or something else I haven't thought of. So either fess up to some nefarious plan or step up and accept your responsibility for the situation you find yourself in. Not the asshole. But are you absolutely sure you want to marry him? I see a huge red flag here. You seem like an accomplished and educated woman. Don't FCK up your life. The family you're about to marry and plus your fiancé seems toxic and insecure. NTA, he didn't say much when they were calling you a gold digger. Now he knows how it feels. Not the asshole, but maybe reconsider the prenup to protect you if you end up marrying him. Is he going to resent you for making more money? Is he going to use your money to pay off his debt? Also, you have a serious problem when he just sat there quietly without defending you. Imagine this later in life with more serious stuff, or if you have kids. Will the family ask you for money? Not the asshole. Don't agree with your prenup stance, but you stand to lose way more than him. I would heavily reconsider, especially with your fiancé lack of spine or willingness to defend you to his parents. It's only gonna get worse. Imagine raising kids and he let his mom dictate child raising. Not the asshole. Your hard work and success is not a reflection on him and has nothing to do with masculinity. He could have shut this down himself, but left it to you, so you handled it. Bear in mind that the man you are planning to marry is fine with you being called a gold digger, but it isn't okay if he is called one. Why are you even considering marrying this guy? Never mind into this family. Not the asshole. NTA. My fiancé is now angry with me. He said it was emasculating for his family to know I'm so much more successful than him, and his brothers are making jokes, and changed his contact info to gold digger. If you have a problem with the way I handled your mother, perhaps you should be the one to do it next time instead of just sitting there letting her act like that. I love the brothers lol, but honestly, you seriously want to marry someone who would let their mother bulldoze you? I think you deserve someone who actually has your back, not a hubby without a spine. Not the asshole. You were telling the truth and defending yourself when your fiancé wouldn't. I think you need to have a talk with him about this and make it clear that him defending you in the future to his family is non-negotiable, because I can just see this getting worse when kids are added into the mix. Better to know now if he'll stand by you rather than later. Not the asshole. If anything, he should be mad at his mommy for emasculating him. Not the asshole. His mom is an asshole, and so is he for not sticking up for you. I'm sure that moving forward she will think twice before acting like a jerk. He didn't give a shit if she called you a gold digger, but OMG, someone looks at him in the same way. No, that's over the top. Guess what? You just figured out something prior to making a huge mistake. His most important priority should be you. He should have been outraged by his mother's actions. She will make your life hell and he will let her. You just saw the preview to your life. Time to go. Not the asshole. And #X200B. Edit. Thought about it, and just to make it clear, you would be marrying someone that will not support you. Will not have your back. Listen to what's happening. His mother thinks she can get you to sign a prenup. She went to a lawyer and got one made out despite your nose. You seem like a successful, accomplished woman. Imagine this as a job interview, and your prospective employer is treating you like this. Would you accept their job offer? Why in the world would you want to tie yourself down to this family, especially without protecting yourself with a prenup? For this stranger on the internet, it's like watching a car wreck about to happen. Just go to r/JUSTNOMIL on Reddit and browse for all the mill stories there before you decide, please. Not the asshole. If there is any emasculation going on, he did it to himself by letting his mother run roughshod over both of you. If he had cut her off while she was in the middle of trying to humiliate you, assert dominance over you both, then you wouldn't have had to stand up for yourself. And it's not your fault his brothers are a-holes. You might want to reconsider that prenup though. It's not planning for divorce any more that home insurance is planning for fire. Not the asshole. You were stating facts and there is nothing wrong with one partner pulling in more than the other. If you hadn't said it loud, would he have kept the fact that it bothers him from you? Not the asshole. Your fiancé's a hypocrite. He and his mother are assholes. Possibly his brothers are too. In your place I'd be reconsidering joining this family. You are the asshole. And an idiot. Prenup is just common sense. Not the asshole. Are you sure you want to marry this guy or into this family? I would honestly reconsider my partner that thinks making more money than him is emasculating him. Location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag. Not the asshole. Their reaction tells me that you should actually consider a contract. The family sounds weird. Not the asshole. A man who won't stand up for his wife is already lacking in masculinity. Not the asshole. However, I think you should get a prenup to save your assets. It looks like you're marrying a mama's boy and his family sounds terribly noisy. He also doesn't stand up to his family to defend you. This is a possible divorce waiting to happen. Info. Have you talked to him about what to say to his parents? As in what you should say and he should. Not the asshole. You didn't emasculate your fiancé. You stood up for yourself against family pressure. When Mill whipped out that prenup, he should have grabbed it and ripped it up. He sat there while his mom told you to sign it. Your Sil has the right idea, though. What were you supposed to do after you've already said multiple times there will be no prenup? And did your fiancé know mom was going to do this? You need to have a talk with your fiancé about this. Something is going on and I'm seeing red flags. Not the asshole. He should have handled it, and if his mom is that crazy, then he should have the guts to reduce contact instead of letting her pester you. Not the asshole. Good for you. If anything is emasculating in this situation is his inability to stand up for his future wife in front of his asshole mother. Great job defending yourself. This was actually perfect way to handle this because this will shut her up for good. I would consider not marrying him tough, because he will let her but herself in other parts of your life, children for example. Again, great job. This is how you handle toxic in-laws. You've been with your intended for 6 years and the family never knew you were a doctor? Unless your fiancé started a successful business, and he apparently hasn't, how could his parents ever believe the college dropout made more than you, the medical doctor? It just boggles the mind. You go there regularly to eat, after all. Have they met your family? Over 6 years? That would have given them an insight that your family is well off. I just don't understand their ignorance. Not the asshole. I wouldn't marry into this family. That's my opinion, I know, but it sounds terrible. Not the asshole. Unless you literally stripped your fiancé of his 2 lower bits, he hasn't been emasculated, and needs to get over his toxic masculinity. Not the asshole. Need men to realize that not standing up to mommy, and not defending their significant other does in fact emasculate them. But then wanna get mad at their significant other because they defended themselves against bullshit for making them look bad. Should've manned up, then. Not the asshole. But why are you still with this dude? Not the asshole. And what exactly do you see in that guy? What's really disturbing is that he's mad at you for proving your mill wrong but not so much at her for drafting a prenuptial agreement without your consent and demanding that you sign it right then and there. Not the asshole. Maybe he knew about the prenuptial agreement before, or at least had some inkling that she was going to do this, by the way. Yeah, don't ever marry a mommy's boy, and by the way PMS, protect your assets because he doesn't look like a sold man. Not the asshole. I'm a little concerned that he didn't stand up for you and feels like it's emasculating that others know how much more you make than him. Is he actually okay with this in general, or only so long as no one knows? Regardless, it's absolutely permissible that you defended yourself. Your future mill is the asshole and needs to learn to mind her business. Not gonna lie, his brothers are savagely funny. Not the asshole. What the heck was she trying to protect? His barrel of nothingness? I'm sorry you've wasted 6 years, Time to walk away and find a grown man to marry. I'll probably get downvoted, but everything you said was true, and you were 100% correct. Your potential mill is an asshole. Your fiancé is definitely an asshole, and you weren't an asshole up until the part about your Sil. You not defending your fiance when she said that makes you just as big of an asshole as your fiance is. Were you right? Sure. Should you have told off your mill? Absolutely. She's crazy. But you shouldn't have let your sil take a shot at your fiance like that, even if you were mad at him. And if you didn't defend him because you feel like she's right, then leave the guy or get a prenup for your own benefit. If he can't even stand up to his own mom to defend you, why the fuck are you choosing this man as your partner in life? It sounds like you need a prenup op. Not the asshole, he let you be named called by his mother. You're not the asshole for not wanting to sign the prenup, but you didn't have to embarrass him like that. That wasn't emasculating, he def used the wrong wording, it was just really embarrassing. It would be embarrassing for anyone, man, women, anyone. So I do think you are the asshole for that.